Hello, lovies. How are you guys? What are we at? Happy Wednesday. Almost Thursday. What are you guys up to today? Tonight, I'm gonna just play with makeup today. I've got the kids asleep, and I think I'm really gonna start doing nighttime lives, because during the day I'm so super busy that it's always like either the light gets pushed off or like other, very high priorities get pushed off. So I've kind of like self-evaluated, and I think I'm gonna start doing nighttime lives with you guys, because then I feel like I'm getting everything done. I'm gonna type this out, my keywords, because I forgot to copy and paste it. Okay, here we are. Happy Wednesday. So, I'm just literally gonna play with makeup. I just want to play. I haven't actually sat down and like just played with makeup in a very long time, because most of the time when I'm doing makeup with you guys, I feel like it's more business front, because I'm like in like business mode almost, like a list, if that makes sense. So get you a beverage. I have water. I am doing like a keto diet, almost mixed with a carnivore diet, because I literally am only eating like vegetable wise. So I'll eat cucumbers, I'll eat cabbage, because that's vegetables I like, cauliflower, I'll tolerate broccoli. I don't love it. I'm not a broccoli person. My kids, on the other hand, love broccoli. And so I'm drinking water, but let me know. I did drink a diet Dr. Pepper yesterday. I don't drink sodas ever. But I had such a bad migraine, and so I was like, well, let's try that, because the only soda that I really like is a Dr. Pepper. And my doctor took my blood last week or a couple weeks ago, and so she called me and was like, well, your A1C is like borderline, which I already, have to lose weight, because I've not lost any weight from having Selena. And over the 6-month span from like September till now, I have gained like 17 pounds. And so that's what I'm doing, is the keto. I'm going to do the keto carnivore diet, just to try to lose some of this weight and hopefully not end up with the diabetes. So I was like, oh my gosh, I've never struggled with sugar, and it doesn't really run in my family either. So I'm like, it has to be a weight thing. So that's what I've been doing. But I just want to play with makeup. How are you guys? As you hop on, say hey. We're gonna play with this palette right here. I don't know. We could do the blues. We could do the greens. I feel like I do green a lot. Green's one of my favorite colors to do in a playful palette. I feel like, so this is Gwen Bunny Cosmetics, and this was called the Sugar and Grunge palette, and it was inspired by like the 90s Sweetheart, but something happened with the name, and so she took this palette off because there was like a legal thing happening with the name. But I thought she said she was going to bring it back just as a different name, so I don't know if that's still happening, but it's a pretty palette. So that we're just going to play today. As you hop on, say hey, let me know how your day has been. I'm going to pull my hair back. I actually need to straighten it and like kind of puff up my little bangs. I got bangs this time when I did my hair. I got curtain bangs, but I haven't had a bang in like 15 or so years. And I was telling my brother that immediately when I saw it, if you guys have ever watched the movie, I called it Aragon, but he said it was like Aragon or something like that. The witch guy that plays, he also plays Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time. It just immediately reminded me of his hair, and I was like, oh, okay. Which I love my hair. I'm not regretting my hair. I've had this orange hair for about a year now, I would say. I like orange hair. It fits me. It fits my personality. I love Halloween. I love spooky season. And so why not have spooky hair? Have some spooky hair. Okay, I had to rearrange all of my makeup in my little makeup bag so I could find it all, because we do have a bunch of like new color sticks. Oh, Fro's gonna play with my hair. You'll probably see it back there. Start smacking at my hair. So let's zoom you guys in just a little bit. And when I play with colors like this, I like to just go ahead and put down a base. I use a concealer as like my primer base, but you can use a primer if that's what you like, or you don't have to use anything at all. It's definitely just your preference. Let me know in the comments, are you a makeup girly? And if so, what is your favorite like go-to eyeshadow color? I love color, and for the first probably 2 years in my business, I did colorful eyeshadows with you guys, but then over the past like year, I would say I've not done any. I hope it shows me comments, because the last time it did not show me comments, which made me super sad, because then I had to come in afterwards and, let me see if I can invite my mom, because she can hopefully tell me if it's. I'm so dry. My mouth is so dry. That's why I keep drinking my my water. Okay, so I want to play. What if we did pink? Like the pink, and then moved in with the green. What do you guys think of that? I think we should do that. So I'm gonna bring you in just a smidget more. Hello. And we're gonna start. So I use really, really small brushes. I don't like to use big brushes because I do have hooded eyes, and like a big brush like this that's like super fluffy and like big, it takes up most of my eye. And so if I want a precise color like in a certain spot, this is gonna take it and fluff it everywhere. So if I'm doing like a one eyeshadow look, this is great. But if I want to do like multi shadow looks, I'm gonna go with something a little bit smaller, kind of like this, that's not as fluffy, or something like this that's more pointy at it. This is a detailed diffused crease brush, so something small like that. But it also, y'all play around with it, with your eye shape and things like that. It's all about preference. I think makeup's just all about preference. So let's get started. We're gonna do, I kind of want to do the pink and then move in with the green. So I'm gonna start with Skater Girl. And so we're using this palette today. We're literally just playing makeup. We have playtime. And I'm gonna take the pink, and I kind of want it to be, it's a very like muted pink. It's a pastel pink, so I want this to be kind of higher up, closer to the brow bone. It's almost like a bubblegum pink. Hello guys, as you hop on, say hey, let me know how your week is going. Mid-week check-in. I have cleaned all week, pretty much. Not really had much going for me this week, but that's okay. I've been dealing with some sick babies. Dealing with some sicko babies. So, like Selena, over the weekend had strep, and then Forrest has been kind of clammy, so I don't know if maybe Forrest is getting sick, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm up on laundry and things like that, because I probably am going to have to end up taking at least one of them back to the doctor just to see what's happening. Okay, so let's go in with, let's go in with this blue. This blue just keeps calling my name, so I'm going to go with this small brush. And I think I'm going to take this blue and I'm going to put it in the outer part of my eye. And then I think I want to take that green and put it on the inner part of my eye. I don't know. We're just playing, guys. We're just playing. Doesn't have to, makeup doesn't have to be perfect at all. And then if I'm doing something like colorful like this, I 90% of the time will do my eyes first, so that way I can like clean it up and not wipe off, you know, your foundation and stuff. I feel like I kind of go back and forth on how I do the technique of how I do my makeup. Now let's do that green. Let's find another small brush, and we're gonna do this green. So this is like a neon green. It's so pretty. I think it would be so pretty right here in like the inner fourth of the eye. I don't know, I kind of want it kind of like just reminds me of like a jawbreaker. Like if you ever seen like a pastel jawbreaker, that's kind of what it reminds me of. Let me, actually I don't remember what I done with it. I was gonna grab, I have a mirror that has a light on it, but I don't remember where I stuck it. So, it's okay. Do you guys have any plans this weekend? How was your Mother's Day? Did you do anything special for your mom? We went to the flea market, and then we, where did we go? We went to eat, and I got to take my mom and my brother with me, which was fun. So we got to spend the time together. That's fun. Okay, so now we could do, I kind of want to do a shimmer, and I kind of want to do this one right here. So this one's called Prom Queen. It's kind of like this orangey shimmer. We could do that. We could do the bubble gum, which is the pinky, but I might keep that towards like the inner part of the eye. I feel like the blue would just be too much because these are kind of all like pastel neons. We could do this one. What do we think about that? I still feel like that's not our color wheel. I really like this one, this lighter one. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Prom Queen. I feel like that's a good choice. So that's what we're going to do. So let me find kind of like a packer brush. I kind of want to go to the zoo this weekend, but what is it? I don't know. Course, just not feeling the greatest. So I may not get to do anything until like next week. The warm weather is finally starting to come, and so I'm like itching to get out of the house. do something like go on a hike, or you know, do something fun. I kind of do want to go on a hike. I am going to get my fishing license this year, and we're going to go fishing. I like to fish. I used to fish when I was growing up. I like to fish. Okay, I am going to take and just kind of like rub that there. So that way when I open my eye, you can still kind of see. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I like this. This is coming pretty. This is very colorful, by the way. Like, this is in your face. Let's play with color. And then go back in with the green. And then go back in with the blue. I like that, that's cute. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I've got like a little rag here. I'm gonna spray, because this is gonna be like rough and I don't wanna be like crazy rough. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of that setting spray on there and kind of take and wipe that up just to clean it up. The dog's missing a cat. Or something. Must hear. Oh, you know what? The tractor was still running, so they could be able to see. Okay, I want to do powder, and I will say, I still have yet to find my one powder, so we're just gonna kind of make these two work, because normally I do 3. I think it's under my bed. The cat knocked this bag down, so I have, like, this is where I keep all of my makeup, is in like one of these big bags from Fancy, and the cat knocked it down, and I'd forgotten that I was coming in here to do like a little video for you guys, and so I'd gotten some things out of it and didn't zip it back, and the cat jumped up where it was at and knocked it plumb down, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? Okay, I'm gonna use a couple different brushes that are not really unique brushes. I have all kinds of brushes over here. This was like sitting where I keep my makeup. Like, if this is a fun brush, we could use this. Maybe this could be my new contour brush, because it is angled. And the one I have been using, I'm not really loved. Not really loved it. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so let's start with, we're gonna start with the contour, because that's the way that I do it anyways. And so this is very dark on me, but it has a olivey undertone, which I have like a warm olive, like a light warm olive undertone, and so it kind of suits me because I lean yellow almost. So I don't really know what to work it. I like this brush, by the way. This is nice. This is a Cosmic Brushes CB15, and see how she's like slanted? She fits like perfectly in your cheekbone. I like that. I like it. I mean, looking straight ahead. Let me know if you have ever done the keto diet or carnivore diet. I feel like I'm kind of mixing the two because sometimes I'll just eat like eggs and bacon, which is carnivore, and then sometimes I'll eat, you know, just like a steak and an egg, like a boiled egg or something, and that works. So I feel like I'm kind of like mixing the two. I'm just kind of trying to cut out complete carbs altogether and just be done with it. Like done with carbs, but find a happy medium. So I've been doing lots of meats and things like that. I've been doing cucumbers, strawberries. I like strawberries. Cabbage. I still eat carrots. I will say that carrots isn't technically on the list for keto, but I feel like because they're like a vegetable carb, that your body is able to process them a lot easier than how they would like cereal carbs, sugar carbs, stuff like that. So I'm still eating carrots in moderation because it's one of my favorite vegetables is a carrot. I've always loved carrots. I used to eat carrots dipped in steak sauce. Now I'll just kind of eat them raw, but like by themselves. But I love, like, I buy the long carrots and I can munch on those all day. Peel them, wash them, and then munch on them all day. They're absolutely my favorite. I don't know if the dog's really so terrible though. The only thing I can think of is that tractor was out there. They're, I think, tilling the ground so that they can plant the corn, I think is what they were doing. And they were still doing that. And maybe that's what he sees is that tractor out there. Doing that, like, I guess, getting the ground ready. Or maybe they are planting. I don't really know. I live on a farm, but I'm not a farm. I'm not a farmer. I do have a little bit of plants, though. Let me know, are you gardening this year? I have some cucumbers, because like I said, I love cucumbers. And then, I have cucumbers, I have tomatoes, like 2 different types of tomatoes, and then, what else do I have? Peppers. And I think that's really all that I'm going to grow. I might try to get yellow squash, because we do like yellow squash, but I don't want to like go overboard with that. I still love it with it though. I don't see any lights. Like while I'm like, I don't know what he's barking at. Let's do here. Because putting it here is supposed to make you look like you have like a big bottom lip. And then I see girls do their jawline. I don't technically have a jawline. We'll do it just to see if it makes a difference. Just kind of whatever's left over. I'm gonna go peek at the window, see if I see it. I know what he's barking at. He's barking at that tractor going. I seen the headlights. I was like, I don't see anybody outside. That's what it is. It's the tractor doing whatever they're doing in the field. I see the headlights go by, and that's what he's barking at. Gotta be, if it ain't the kids being loud, it's the dogs being loud. Okay, so this is the contour. Now we're gonna do, so last time we did Juicy Apricot, let's do the purple, or let's do 1 and 1. Okay, so let's do the purple. This one is called Frosted Grape. I've never wore a purple blush before. How fun is this? So we're gonna do Frosted Grape here, and then let's do the Copper Breeze. Why not? The Copper Breeze is that gold color. Let's see what that looks like. And then I just kind of tap it in. Now I will say this is not my normal brush. I normally use the Unique tapered blush brush, I think is what it's called. And that one's a little more like dense, so there's not as much like wiggle to it. But that's pretty. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, now let's wipe it off. And we'll do the Copper Breeze, which is that copper color. Never had a copper color blush either. So this one is like very metallic. It's gonna be a very metallic blush. So I just warm it up on the back of my hand like that, and then I swirl it in, and then I kind of like place it where I want it to go. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's so different. I've never had a metallic color like that. It's so different. It's kind of like a blush and highlighter all in one. And I'm gonna put that on my lips tonight too, because I seen a combo. I was like, ooh, we should try that together. So we're gonna do that too. As you hop on, say, hey, don't forget to share with your friends. Okay, and then we'll throw on a little bit of, I'm gonna do the golden highlight since this one already kind of has a little bit of highlight. Crazy. He is going to drive me crazy because he's still at it. I'll put the highlight just over here. Look how intense that highlight is. So good. Let me know, do you like a good highlight, or are you like a subtle girl? I feel like I go back and forth. Some days I want subtle, and the other days I want in your face. I need a T-bone or something to throw at this dog. To get into Stop Bar. You know what? We didn't put on any primer. Oopsies. That's okay. I think we're ready to move on to the under eyes. So for the under eyes, I thought about doing purple. Just why not? Why not? So let's go in. This is I really like this brush from Unique. This is the shader liner brush. So the way that this one is like packed and then small and shaped, it's perfect for adding like that shimmer in. And then the liner part, I'm gonna go in with Baby Tea, which is that like purple thermal look. And we're just gonna line Liner eyeball. As you hop on, say hey. If you're on the replay, hashtag Dino. I always forget to say that. I feel like I just always like jump in and start talking to you guys. I forget to be like, ah. Kind of bring this in to blend it out a little bit. I feel like we are like pastel Egyptians. I haven't played with color and forever. I did the other, well, it's probably been a month. I did play with one. I want to bring our green back in because I kind of want our green to be our inner color. Okay, and you know what? I don't know if I still have them. Let me see. I don't believe I do. Oh yeah, I do. So ColourPop, I like ColourPop. ColourPop is kind of like a drugstore. They sell these kits of eyeliners, and so I picked one up because they were on sale for like $12. And so you get all these different colors. I think there was like a neon. Let's see. Why don't we do this bubblegum pink? Because this is the closest to like a pastel that I can get besides white, and I don't really want to do white. This is called the Real Big Energy, is what those are called. Frodo just could realize what I do here. Over here, like, what are you doing? He at some point last night must have like jumped in between me and Selena. And I must have grabbed him thinking maybe that it was Selena, which he sleeps like a baby anyway, so he did not care, not one bit. But she started like scurrying around, and I woke up and he was like, I was cradling the cat and he was on his back and his little paws were like this and he was out like a light. I was like, where's your phone when you need it? Because that would have been like the perfect little picture of him. Like, just all snuggled up with Mama. Hello, guys. Happy Wednesday. How are you? How was your day? I hope you guys had fantastic days. I literally am just playing in makeup. I just wanted to play. I think I am going to start moving my lives to nighttime lives just so that I'm able to, one, they're kind of quieter because the kids are sleeping. Two, I don't feel so rushed with you guys because normally when I'm doing an 8 o'clock live, I'm constantly like looking at the clock because I'm like, okay, I have to wrap this up. So I think I'm going to start doing nighttime lives with you guys. Hey, Courtney, how are you? Happy Wednesday, girl. What time is it there? It is, what time is it here? 9:23. Oh, you like it? I'm just playing with it. I said I kind of feel like an Egyptian, like a pastel Egyptian. And then the dog won't stop barking. I was like, if it's not the kids, it's the dog. See, it's the dog. And then the cat's good as gold. 6:23. So y'all are like 3 hours behind us. And then we have the Kit Kat. He's as good as gold, though. See, I'm as good as gold. What are you doing? He really is such a good cat. He does not get into anything. Oh yeah, what's your head? Don't stay behind a minute. He doesn't get into anything. He literally is like the chillest cat ever. I'm like, God knew that because I was hesitant to get him. My brother has cats, and I was hesitant to get him because I was like, I don't know. I've never owned a cat other than like an outside cat that you've never done anything with. And so I was like, well, that's like a big commitment. And he's the chillest cat ever. He literally sits, like right now he's in his chair. Because I stack the chairs at night. He's in the chair. Chillest cat ever. He's so gentle with the kids too. I was scared that was another reason that I was hesitant, is because all my kids are small. I was like, I don't know. But he's so good with the kids. He likes to smack my hair. What are you doing, Dodo? Are you gonna try to lay on the back of the chair? Is that what's happening? That dog is so funny. How do they do outside? So where we live now, we can have pets. It doesn't really matter, as long as they're not like destroying anything or they're like not bothering the cows. So we have 2 Basset Hounds, and then we have the cat. Bye, girl. Have a good night. Thanks for hopping on my live. I'm glad that comments are working, because I was scared that they were not working. My last live, they didn't work, and I had to message y'all afterwards. Hey Kim, how are you? Happy Wednesday, girl. I hope you're having a good relaxing evening. Okay, so we're gonna do our lips now. So we come out with these new color sticks, and this one right here is like a metallic gold, and I just really, you can use them for eyes, cheeks, and lips, but I really want to use it on the lips, because I'm like, that would be so cool to have like a frosted lip. It reminded me of like the 90s. There used to be like these frosted lips back in the 90s, and that's what it reminded me of. Thank you, Kim, so much. Thank you. Okay, and we're gonna just put this on. So I blind for I keep calling it personable, but I think it's actually pronounced personable. lipstick. And then what we could do, because I like a matte lip, I prefer matte lips over everything. We're gonna go in with this, and then we're gonna pick up a brush. Any brush will do. Pack it on, and then pack it on to our lip, and that's going to make it matte. And then what I'm going to do is we are going to go in with the color, we have new lip glosses, and it's called Copper, no, I think it's called Golden Sunburst. Yeah, Golden Sunburst. So it's kind of like the exact same color, just in lip gloss form. Add our shine. Let me know, would you wear this lip? I feel like it's a whole vibe. I don't really know that it goes with what I have on, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's more for like the fall. It's a very dark. I don't know. I don't know. How many times can I say, I don't know? Okay. This is the look. I like it. So let's clean up under here, first of all, before I go. And then we're going to set it. And then normally I go with a spoolie brush. I don't have a spoolie brush, so I'm just going to do like a very, like, brush like this. And I just, like, want to, like, flick it away. Gently. Don't go like harsh, because this is your under eye. This is your most delicate of skin. It's your thinnest skin on your body. So you want to be very gentle around your eyes. So this is the look. This is the look. I really, really like it. So we're gonna set this. Just gonna lock it in place all day. It does dry down, so it's like wet, and then it'll kind of like dry down. I don't know. I really like it. Like I said, I don't think that these two go together necessarily, but it is so pretty. Yes, that's what I was saying. I don't think these go together. I definitely like a pinky would go together. So like one of my favorite colors is I'm Blushing. And it's very like that color. We can wipe it off. Let's wipe this off. Do that. I had no plans. Okay, so let's line with, what is this one called? Patience. These have a 12-hour stay, by the way. I learned that watching a training the other day, and I was like, interesting. I did not know that. I feel like I should have known that, but I did not. And fun fact, I used to did not line my lips. I knew about makeup. I felt like I knew enough about makeup, but I didn't know steps of makeup, if that makes sense. Okay, this is the Splash Liquid, and this one is called I'm Blushing, and she's like a nudie pink. she dries down matte. And this is like my 5th one. Out of all of my colors, this is my favorite one because it's just like the perfect everyday lippy. Does that, you like that better? I like this better. And then we can, once it dries down, we can top it with either Summer Sorbet if you like a glossy lip, or we could do this one right here, which is called Lonesome. Lonesome's like kind of like a bubblegum pink, and then this is more of like a peachy pink. I think I put this one on the other day and it's so pretty. So if you don't put a lip gloss on this, this is going to give you like a 12-hour stay, 10 to 12-hour stay. And then top it with a gloss. For the shine. I like that better. I don't know that I would ever wear the other one that I was, like I'd made. Maybe during the fall, because I feel like she's very fall, like a fall lippy. But she's fun on the, that's what I have on my cheek today. I've never owned one that's golden before, so that was fun. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Thank you so very much for watching and hanging out with me tonight. And I really think I'm gonna start doing night lives with you guys, like I said, because the kids are quiet and the house is quiet, and like I'm not like losing my train of thought so much. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys. Thank you so much, Kim. Bye.